Hello and welcome to today's December 16th daily news report, as well as ongoing stimulus package information video. Near the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about how you could win $50,000 this month. This contest ends on December 17th, so you must act right away if you haven't got your name in. I'll tell you more about the details later in this video. All right, now if you're a subscribed member of my community, I just want to say welcome back. On this channel, I keep people in the loop on what's really going on in Washington, D.C., the U.S. economy, with the different bills that President Biden is trying to pass, money, investing, and much, much more. Now, don't forget that Casey and I are doing a giveaway here in the month of December where 20 people are going to win $250 in cash. You can use that for the holidays, gas bills, heating bills, however you want, groceries. I'll make sure to leave a link down below. And near the end of the show, I'm going to tell you about a sweet Christmas story that touched my heart. And it's just something that I think the country needs to hear. Some good news, right? All right, now in other good news, President Biden signed the recently passed debt ceiling legislation into law, increasing the debt ceiling by an additional $2.5 trillion. So most of the government is safe from defaulting, and those that depend on the government for food or housing or monthly checks, you will be receiving those that money that you've been accustomed to each month. And then we'll go through all of this in a couple of months down the road, but I wanted to let you know he has officially signed that into law. So the White House and President Biden are furious with Republicans and with other people. I've been sharing with you how to make his bill look smaller. Democrat lawmakers removed a few programs from the Build Back Better bill, but the biggest math changes they made were actually shortening the programs so it looked like they were funding them for only 4 or 5 years instead of 10 years. Well, the Congressional Budget Office, which doesn't pick a party side, they're nonpartisan, released a report showing that Biden's Build Back Better bill is significantly more expensive than the American people have been led to believe. The White House is furious and said that the CBO should not have put these numbers out publicly, and now it's making President Biden and the White House look bad. Senator Manchin, who, along with Senator Sinema, agreed to a $1.75 trillion package, now we're running into possibly not having the child tax credit next year. When they ran this program out over the next 10 years, the true math showed that this section of the bill alone costs $1.5 trillion. This means that there's almost no room for any of the other programs that President Biden and Democrats want to pass. So with this new information, the child tax credits are in jeopardy of not happening next year. Now, I've been telling you how this must be handled by December 28th, and I think they will. It wouldn't shock me if they go to like a standalone bill or something like that. But this is coming down to a very serious deadline with the holidays and everything else that is going on in Washington, D.C. Now, there are rumors flowing all over D.C. That Democrats want to publicly shun and possibly even remove Joe Manchin as a Democrat. They're so irritated with him not pushing Biden's agenda onto the American people that they are now saying we might want to just remove him from the party completely. But it's not clear if they are mad that their math was wrong or proven wrong, or if they are mad Manchin just won't go along with what they want. Again, I've done a ton of research, and what I'm seeing in Washington, D.C. right now is drama, drama, drama. Now, not all hope is lost, and I know many in my community benefited from these checks, these child tax credit checks. And many of you got no check, and a huge portion of you don't have kids, so you felt like this was a slap in the face from the White House by not helping you out during this pandemic. However, there is still talks about keeping the monthly checks as a 1-year extension, right? So instead of pushing it out for 10 years or 5 years, they might just do an extension. And I could see that one passing, a 1-year extension versus going back to an annual tax credit. So anyway, I'm not trying to pick sides. I'm just trying to let you know what each side is rooting for, pushing for, and where the drama is in between. Now, Democrats need this child tax credit check to pass because it's their number one talking point going into the 2022 election cycle. One Democrat election specialist said, this could really hurt Democrats. We hoped people would be impressed by Biden's $1.9 trillion stimulus package that was passed early in his presidency, but that money is long spent and the people don't care about what happened 10 or 11 months ago. They care about what's happening right now. So this specialist was a little bit worried about what could happen in 2022 for the party he represents. Now, the White House is also furious with CNN. Just over a week ago, the Biden administration quietly gathered all of the top media outlets in the country and told them they needed to do a better job of covering President Biden, that they need to work in more of the good that he has done instead of just pointing out all of the problems. However, in less than 1 week from this meeting, CNN did a hit piece on the president showing the top 10 people that would be better at being president of the United States and who CNN wants to replace Biden and Harris in the 2024 election. Ouch. All right, now as you can imagine, Biden's strongest ally in the media has been CNN, and now they've done a 180 and they're publicly bashing him, saying there's a lot better people that could be president. So this has Biden and the White House absolutely furious. I'm also noticing all of a sudden Hillary Clinton is in the news and on media interviews, and she keeps talking about democracy, how Trump is killing the country and democracy. And now, all of a sudden, the media is talking about how perhaps Hillary Clinton should run for president in 2024 as the last hope of saving our country, right? Now, this is all that's going on in the news. So again, the White House is furious. The media seems to be preemptively nudging Americans towards new candidates, and Biden and Harris haven't even finished their first year in the presidency. So kind of some crazy stuff going on. Now, have you been noticing this in the news, or is it just me, right? I try to be balanced between right-wing media, left-wing media, independent media, but this kind of seems to be a narrative being pushed forward on the American people. The White House has responded through Press Secretary Jen Psaki that they are not happy with the media or lack of support for this president. And Psaki said the CBO report that makes the Build Back Better bill look more expensive is fake. She said it's a fake report to make President Biden look bad. Now, you'll have to decide for yourself whether it truly makes him look bad or if it's a fake report to make him look bad. Maybe just let me know your thoughts in the comments. Vice President Kamala Harris was asked yesterday if she thinks she and Biden will run again in 2024. And she said, I'll be very honest, I don't think about it, nor have we talked about it. So she's not thinking about it or talking about it. And she said that she and President Biden almost never talk about politics, which I thought was kind of interesting. However, as I told you 2 weeks ago, President Biden said to calm the fears of the American people, he promises to run again in 2024. All right, now speaking of elections, Chuck Schumer says he wants all Democrats to put their focus on passing a voter rights bill that they've tried to pass several times this year without success. Schumer said if this bill isn't passed now, it will never get done. I told you yesterday how Business Insider did an expose piece showing over 70 members of Congress actively invested in the stock market with companies related to COVID and the lockdown, using insider information that they have thanks to government contracts, vaccine makers, electric car credits, on and on and on. Now, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi was asked if this doesn't violate government ethic rules, and she said no. She said the stock market is a free market economy. They, people in Congress, should be able to participate in that. Now, Nancy Pelosi and her husband are believed to be worth somewhere between $100 million and $300 million, with most of their money coming from playing the stock market. Former President Obama's director of the Office of Government Ethics called Pelosi out and said members of Congress should not be able to buy stocks using inside information. He said your average schmuck doesn't get confidential briefings from government experts chock full of non-public information directly related to the price of stocks. Essentially, everyone in government has inside information, which is insider trading, and yet they go unchecked with the ability to invest with this inside information. For example, Pelosi, or whoever you will in Congress, will know when Microsoft is about to get a $100 billion government contract months before the average American. Members of Congress knew they were going to shut down the economy weeks before the American people. Government leaders lied to the American people and said, oh, we're only going to shut down for 14 days to stop the spread, when they knew full well that they were planning to lock us down for long periods of time, and they sold off their stock before any of us knew even how to spell the word COVID. These government leaders have access to all kinds of millionaire-making information well in advance of the average American, and then they have the nerve to tell us what to do with our money and our budgets. I mean, this stuff is gross to me, and I know it's done by both political parties, so it's not just a Pelosi problem. This is a problem in Congress. It's crazy to me. By the way, thank you guys so much for giving these videos a like. I really appreciate it. I apologize for getting worked up. It just makes me crazy that these government leaders want to control our lives and our jobs and our families and our money, while at the same time giving themselves permission to live by different rules. I think it's pretty important that you guys know this stuff, and I know it's a tough pill to swallow sometimes, but you need to know what your government is or isn't doing for you or against you. This is exactly why I do this show. I try to tell you as much as I can without making YouTube shut me down what the government's doing, the good, the bad, and the ugly. All right, I'm gonna switch topics. Sorry, I got a little bit heated. It just makes me really, really mad. All right, now, speaking of people with lots of money, the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, said he's excited to ruin Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders' talking points about billionaires. Musk said this year he will pay over $10 billion in taxes, making it the largest tax bill ever paid in American history. To give context, this is equivalent to Elon Musk giving the United States government over 200,000 Tesla Model 3 cars. That's a lot of money. All right, now speaking of giving away cars, a 95-year-old man in Pennsylvania, seeing the heartache and the struggle of our country and knowing of all of the issues with ports and cargo ships being delayed or stuck at sea, decided to carve some wooden toys to help his community with Christmas. Yesterday, the 95-year-old man hand-delivered 300 hand-carved wooden cars, horses, fire trucks, and trains to the police to give out to children in that community. I just love hearing these heartwarming stories. I love hearing about humans being good to other humans, helping out where you can. It makes me happy to know that 300 kids in that small little town in Pennsylvania are going to get a really cool custom wooden toy. Anyway, just wanted to share that cool story with you. This is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more. Okay, now let me tell you about the $50,000 giveaway if you haven't signed up yet. Coca-Cola and Popeye's Chicken have teamed up to give one person $50,000 in the month of December. I've created a blog post that gives the details about how to sign up, exactly where to click and put your name in, and the details about that. I'm going to leave it down below in the video description box. If you win, please let me know that you won. And if I win, I promise you I will share it with my YouTube community. Wouldn't that be cool to have someone in our community win? All right, now before you go, do make sure to get your name entered. I know some of you were frustrated that live in Hawaii and Alaska that you're not able to be a part of that giveaway, but you can be a part of Casey and I's giveaway, and make sure to go check that out. Now, before you go, I want to remind you that you are amazing. Also, check out this video. My wife, Casey, just released a new video, and she's going to be releasing 10 videos in a row about 10 ways to reconnect with your spouse or a loved one during these holiday seasons. Hey, I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.